and dispose of the other drinks that they just had, and like, just like walk around. I mean, it's healthy to get up and walk around every hour. So not a problem if there's a situation where you need to clarify a rule, you just like call timeout, and then everybody like comes back fresh with a new plan. And a lot of times I think when I'm doing Adventure League, especially, I've got a lot of new players, and they want time to catch their breath too and see what they're going to do on their next turn. So it gives them, and then it also gives the a little bit of the social aspect, a chance to like, happen. So now the players can talk to each other as people instead of characters while things are going on. So there's a lot of stuff going on at the table. It's not just about the adventure sometimes. It's about what
Yeah,
else is going on in the room.
it's very interesting. Like running in a game shop taught me that. And when I first started, because I mean, maybe it's been 3 years now, but this game that I'm running is my first like game in a public space where there's like not frequent, but there are interruptions, right? People will
Sure.
walk up to the table and be like, "Hey, what's going on?" Or
Sure.
like someone will walk in that you haven't seen in months, and you're like, "Oh, hey," which like didn't happen in my living room, doesn't happen in an online game the same way. So it did for a while. It would bother me, it would irritate me. It was minor, but I'd be like, "Oh, fuck!" Like I'm losing the drive, I'm losing the story.
Right.
But it's inevitable, and it's like, okay, this is a different version of this experience, and it's nice. And like I can go, he's got a coffee bar now. It's just like,
Yeah.
all right, especially as the DM, like I got to think about what's going on, or I'm gonna leave the table, like you guys have to think about what's going on. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
get a cup of coffee or whatever.
That's right. No, that's funny you mentioned that. So the cafe is open now at the local game store that we go to, and it's coincidentally I was watching a stand-up comedy dry bar guy, and he was really funny. He was kind of like, you know, he was doing this bit about like he says, I got into a bar fight. He says, I know I don't look like the kind of guy that gets into a bar fight. He says, I look more like the kind of guy who has a verbal dispute in a game store cafe.
Hmm.
He
Hmm.
said, which I have. He said, because either you read the instructions or you didn't. Don't say you read the instructions and you didn't read the instructions, right?
Right.
And
Right.
I was thinking to myself,